everyone, this is Narina with simplynarina.com, coming to you today with another Photoshop CS5 tutorial that I think will be useful for photographers. Today I'm going to be working with the Refine Edge tool, and that's a great way to fine-tune your selections. Let's get started. Let's duplicate our background layer by pressing Command J on a Mac and Control J on a PC. And then we're going to go over to our quick selection tool. You can also use the magnetic lasso tool. It's just a personal preference. I'm going to use the quick selection tool for this project. Make sure that you have the quick selection selected, and I'm going to just start selecting the background layer. And I'm just going to keep dragging up over her hair. And just make the selection that you want to have in your final output. All right, right now I'm actually selecting the background, but you'll see in a moment what I do. And I've selected too much, so I need to subtract. Subtract is going to take away those areas that you don't want. I took away some of her jacket, and I did the same on the other side. And this is a very rough selection, so if it's not perfect, don't get worried about it, because you could fix it later. Now I'm going to select the inverse, and now I have the selection that I actually want. And I'm going to come up here and click on the Refine Edge tool. Not a bad selection at all. It's not perfect by any means, but it's not that bad either. As you can see, it output to a black layer, which I'm going to use for this project. But if you want to see the different modes you can view in, you just click on the drop down box and hit F on your keyboard, and you can scroll through all the different ways that you can view your refine edges. And again, I'm going to use black for this selection. Now, this is a really neat feature. I'm going to hit the Smart Radius button, and I'm going to go all the way up to 140. And it's going to start detecting the edges, and voila, very nice. If you feel like you don't have all the selection, you can go here to the Refine Radius tool, and you can expand the detection area. I actually think we got most of it, but let's see. Yep, we pretty much got all of it. And come over here and do the same thing. Just get all those little hairs, so our output can look really, really good. And I am going to smooth them out to about 20. And smoothing just takes away some of the jaggedness of the edges that you have sometimes when you do a selection. Then I'm going to boost my contrast up just to about 10. Contrast increases the light and dark areas around your edges, so the lights become lighter and the darks become darker. Now, another wonderful thing about this tool is when you output, you can decontaminate colors. Sometimes when we have a selection and we take it from its background, some of the background spills into the hair, so you'll see your background color into the hair into the skin sometimes. To get rid of that, and I don't see any in this photo, but to get rid of that, that's where decontaminate colors comes in. And you would just click on decontaminate colors, and depending on how much spill you had in your selection, you just move it up accordingly. Right now, I don't have that much, so I have it on, but it's really not necessary. And I have a great output, and I'm pretty much done. So I'm going to output to, I'm just going to do a new layer because I don't feel like I need a mask for this, because I really don't need to make any more changes. And I'm going to hit OK. But let me just tell you when you would need a mask. You would need a mask, say if some of her arm was discolored, or anything that happened as a result of you using the refined edge, and it came out and it wasn't like you wanted it. You can of course change it back to the original. If you have the mask, you just paint over it with white. So I'm going to click OK. And after that, I am going to come and turn off that background layer. And then I'm going to add a new layer. And I'm going to move that new layer underneath the layer that I just refined. And again, I'm going to go ahead and add black to it. And that's a pretty nice selection. If I were to see that, I think it's very, very believable. I'm going to show you some other backgrounds also, and how you can use this. I'm in my styles right now, and I'm just going to click on a few of them. This is another great background, and this photo looks absolutely terrific in it. Brick background. And you can choose any variety of backgrounds. The great thing about refining your edges is it makes your photo believable and authentic for compositing and taking it from one background and putting it on another. There's nothing worse than having a photo that you've taken, and I've done it, and there's just something that doesn't look very real about it. It's on a different background, but it screams that it came from somewhere else. So that's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and it's helpful to you in some way. Please comment and like it. Bye for now.